right, guys, well, we met a new friend out here in the desert, so we're gonna say hi to Randy. Randy, you're out here in the middle of the desert, living out of this cargo trailer. Can you tell me about it?
Hello, I'm Randy Petty. I bought this cargo trailer back in the hot last summer near Quartzsite. It's 6 by 12. Most of the work was already done, but I've rearranged things a little bit. It has 300 watts of solar on the roof, 300 amp AGM batteries, a nice 12 volt cooler, 2-burner propane stove. I put in a sink and on-demand hot water heater. It has a small bed with storage underneath, porta potty, and quite a bit of storage.
So
I love it.
You're totally self-contained.
Yes.
It's got everything you need in there.
Yes.
It's great. And you tow that with a little pickup truck?
I do, an older Toyota Tundra, and
Nice.
it has a homemade camper on the back that is also self-contained.
Awesome.
And so I can go with both or with just the truck.
Nice.
Poor people can have fun too.
So how long have you been in this?
I've had this since about August.
Okay, so it's fairly new to you.
Yep. And
Great.
I've been in the truck not all that long, since October of the year before that.
Awesome. Cool. Well, can we take a little peek-see inside?
You
Great.
bet.
I checked this out the other day with Randy, and I was very impressed. And like he said, he didn't do most of the work himself, so the previous owner did all this, and he did a great job, didn't he?
Yep. Here's a bed that it hinges up, and it has 2 big totes and a porta potty under it. The artwork came with it.
Okay.
Dancing girl selling cigars. 12 volt cooler.
Nice.
I love. I don't have to run for ice all the time. This shelf kind of hinges up.
Oh,
I rearranged things a little bit. The burner used to be here and the refrigerator was in the corner. But these old crates make pretty good kitchen cabinets, as long as you put some bungees and you don't lose everything going down the road.
Great.
I just added in this little basket for fruits and vegetables.
Looks like you got a little window there too.
I do.
Nice.
One there, and another one in the back.
Great.
This is all of this was already done, and I think the guy did a beautiful job.
He really did. This is
There's
the power center
3,000
there.
watt inverter,
Very nice.
and 3 AGM batteries, and room for a 4th up underneath.
And that's your little 2-burner over there.
Yes. And I have a large, I think it's a 30-pound propane tank
Okay.
in the back.
And this
Here's the sink I listed in and set on the hot. That lights automatically.
on demand. Nice.
That's a big plus.
And
I think
you-
this is actually a car radiator fan.
Okay, so you're
Just
sucking
gets
in
in
air
there.
from the side and you can
And
pull it out the top.
Right.
Nice.
And let's
You got a little kind of garage area in back.
little buddy heater.
Yeah.
Somebody gave me a sleeping bag the other day.
Nice.
I can take the front wheel off my bicycle and it stands up
Okay.
right here and clips in at the bottom.
Nice.
And the front tire for the bike goes right up here by the trailer spare.
Great. And they got the barn doors so you can access from the back. That's
Yes.
nice. Very cool. Well, that's a slick little unit. I think I'm going to follow you right out the
Okay.
back here. Get a little peek in from the back.
The guy I bought it from had an AC unit. He would do shore hookups sometimes.
Okay.
And it came with the stabilizer jacks.
Nice.
And he had a little shower in the corner, so I got a 15-gallon tank that's
Okay.
strictly gray water. Is just for
And that's your
just for brushing teeth and
dump
washing
there.
dishes.
Great. That's a beautiful little self-contained unit. I'm 5'11" and I was standing up straight in it, so that's
The guy
great.
I bought it from was 6'4", and he had to tilt
Okay.
his head a bit. But
Great.
I went by a rock quarry and weighed it. I think it weighs 2,400 pounds.
Okay.
And it doesn't kill my fuel mileage as much as I thought. I
Nice.
get about 15 in just the truck and about 12 pulling it, 10 to 12,
Nice.
depending on the hilly.
Not bad. And I've noticed we've been camped with here with you most of the week. When you need to make little runs into town, you can leave this, lock it up, and
Yep.
don't have to break down camp completely. That's a nice benefit. Something I can't do in the van.
I like that.
Yeah.
I had a big a 32-foot Class A diesel pusher that had been in storage for over 3 years, and I knew I didn't want to travel with something that big and heavy, and I cleaned it up and did a little repair and sold it this summer. And right after I sold it, I ran across this, and I had actually gotten in touch with this fella several months before and asked him if he was interested in my rig, and he was not. But after I sold my diesel, I was deleting emails, and I ran across this, and I got back in touch with him to see if he still had it, and he said yes, he had just relisted it on Craigslist Yuma.
Yeah.
And we made a deal, and here I am.
Nice, nice. So
You want to see the truck?
yeah,
too?
sure. Yeah, it's kind of neat that you do have the truck set up that you can you could actually, you know, park the trailer and you're set up to do little excursions in the truck too.
This I've had the truck about 3 years, had the camper about 2.5. I think this was probably homemade back in the 60s. It was made for an 8-foot bed, and so I cut this out so it could slide forward and move the window back to center it.
Nice.
But I kept my 8-foot rack on top. I've got a 100-watt panel on top and a couple of batteries.
So this is set up. I mean, so you actually lived out of this to start out with?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
I put my bicycle in here the other day and got grease all over it.
Yeah.
But here's the porta potty and a nice cooler.
Yeah.
So and some cabinet space and some storage up top.
Very cool.
And I carry, I think, 15 gallons of fresh water, and my Coleman stove and my cook stuff is under here.
Perfect. So you're set up. You're set up for this lifestyle out here. Any regrets in this? Has this been treating you well out here?
Kind of regret I didn't start it sooner.
That's what most people say that are enjoying it. Yeah. I agree with you.
I got divorced and sold 130 acres in the Ozarks 5 or 6 years ago. And when I signed the papers to sell that property, it was really sad in a way. And in a way, I thought this is the first time since I'm 22 that I don't own any damn grass that needs mowing.
Yeah.
No roofs that are leaking. Freeing in a way.
Yeah, very freeing. Yeah.
I've been downsizing continuously for 10 years now. And I own what you have just seen and a storage unit in Cottonwood. That's what I own on Earth, and I might get rid of the storage unit this summer.
Okay. Now
That's
I'm gonna ask you a question here. This is one I get a lot,
Okay.
especially these desert videos when we're in the desert. Don't you get bored out here? What do you do to keep busy?
That's an excellent question. I just started doing it October of last year, so a year and a half ago. I brought tons of books, wood carving projects, all these things that I was going to do, and I've read very few of the books and almost no wood carving. I don't really know what I do with my time, but it seems to pass constructively.
Yeah.
I look at nature a lot.
Yeah.
I go on hikes and bike rides. I carry a bicycle with me. I write from time to time, but not as much as I should, or I wish that I would have time to do.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a fair amount of time involved in just the logistics of living this way. Something always needs a meal preparing or cleaning up afterward, or I don't know. It's simpler now than it used to be.
Yeah.
I used to have to run into town pretty often for ice, and now I have a cooler and I don't have to do that. I used to have to set my solar panel up outside, and now it's mounted on the roof. So things have simplified, and I've learned an awful lot in a year and a half. And I've met some really nice people that have been doing it a long time that have speeded up my learning curve.
Nice. So you recently published a book.
I did. I had a copy right there.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
I started traveling last year with Randy Bonning and a group. Well, Randy has a book of poetry also, but since we were both named Randy, he kind of christened me Haiku Randy, and I'm known as that in some circles. But a raw blue-collar life in haiku, and it's pretty autobiographical.
I've been thumbing through it. Randy gave me a copy. I've been enjoying it. Yeah.
I was born and raised in Duke University Hospital, Durham, North Carolina, tobacco country. My mother and my ex grew up on tobacco farms. My last name is Petty. I'm distant kin to the race car drivers back there. My family, the men, have been in the auto repair business in one way or another for 3 generations. And I mostly fixed wrecked cars and painted most of my life, but kind of a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
The book is, I described it as kind of getting the ground glass out, things inside of me that have been chewing for a long time, a divorce that I didn't want, a father that was killed in a farm accident when I was 21 and he was 50, and my history of substance abuse that I had no intentions of being here at this age, but here I am and glad to be here.
We're glad you're here too, Randy. Is there a way for folks to get your book? Is it available yet?
It's available on Amazon, anywhere
Okay.
that you might run into me. I usually have some copies with me. I think it's available as this paperback and also as an ebook.
Great. Well, we'll get that info from you and put it in the video description so if folks want to check it out. Like I said, I've been thumbing through it and definitely can feel the raw evidence of the life you've lived. That's cool that you've been able to formulate that into words.
All right, this is a new one, hot off the press. Are you ready?
We're ready.
I want the respect silverback gorillas get when their hair turns white.
Nice.